Hello, so this tarot reading is focusing on the subject conflict. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly tell you what these cards are about, and then I'll do a little intro, and then I'll get into what the message is saying. So we've got the Three of Swords, that is the conflict you are facing. We've got the Ten of Cups, that is what you want from this conflict. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is how this conflict is challenging you to grow. We've got the Ace of Swords, which is to do with how your response to the conflict is shaping your growth. And then we've got the Queen of Wands, the lovely Queen of Wands, that is to do with what you need to do to overcome and grow, okay? And then we've got the Angel Message card. So, conflict. Conflict can actually bring out the most defensive, stubborn, or reactive parts of ourselves, okay? And that is understandable. When we sense threat, we actually go into a very protective mode. Angry or closed off behaviours can actually act as a wall around us or our most vulnerable selves. It's kind of like our emotional armour can make us feel safer, okay? So this reading is focused on helping you gain perspective on conflict and the ways to grow through this challenge. There's two things that I do want to say as well. Sorry, when I was meditating, I started to have. I'm not sure. I think it makes sense why I was having these little flashbacks. But I was seeing the masculine, the father figures in my life. They're very much the masculine energy that was popping into my mind. So I'm not sure if it's perhaps there's unresolved influences from this area that's impacting how conflict shows up in your life. That's one. But another way of me looking at it is that actually when I look at these cards and the message I'm getting from these cards, you're really having to stand in your power, and you're really having to make choices and take steps and actions that's for the best for you. Okay, so that is in a one way that is a very masculine energy. And also, a side note, the bottom of the deck of the tarot is the Queen of Swords, and the angel is, which I'm not going to show you, but the angel is, bottom of the angel deck is no. And again, that's really equaling up to this reading. It's kind of very much where you are having to put your foot down and you are having to say no. You are having to be in the energy of boundaries. Okay, so let's start with the cards. I'm so sorry. You've got the conflict you are facing, the Three of Swords, okay? So you see, one of the things that I was noticing with this, you see how the swords are coming from behind her. That's one of the things I noticed with this. So the Three of Swords actually represents separation, hurt, and disturbing words, okay? So this could be the energy that you're in or you're facing at the minute, is that there could be people, and this could be with yourself, your own thoughts, but I feel more with a people or person, where there is a lot of hurt. There's a lot of, oh god, it's like attacking, very much attacking energy. And because these swords are appearing behind it, it's really suggesting that these challenges or this conflict that you're having to face is actually kind of like sudden or unexpected. But yeah, there is definitely a very attacking energy here. Situations or words may feel very deliberate or hurtful. And however, if you notice that the figure in the card is actually still very protected, and she's actually protecting herself quite well. She's going with it. It's coming from behind it. It's a very attacking energy. For me, it is. But it's actually showing that you have a lot more inner control and resilience than you realise. You're very kind of like on top of it. You've got this in that way, okay? But yeah, definitely the conflict that you're facing, I feel like it's very attacking energy. It's very hurtful. It's very intentional. It's happening to actually really, that is showing me that this is actually it's trying to hurt you, okay, and it's things are happening behind your back, things are you're getting attacked at all angles, if you know what I mean. So it's very deliberate hurtful energy, but what I like about it is that you've got two swords here, so you are really able to protect yourself, for sure. And it does seem like you have a lot more control over this than possibly you realise, which is good. So, what are you wanting from this conflict? And you've actually got sorry, it's my nails. Pick it up. You've got the Ten of Cups. I would say that you are seeking, what you want from this conflict is that you're actually seeking peace and closure. And interestingly, the Ten of Cups here actually depicts a single person, not the usual family scene. You know, the husband and wife, the two kids, you know, the happy home, the rainbow of the house. It's a single energy. It's you wanting peace and closure. So this suggests a very desire for contentment and emotional fulfillment that comes from within. Rather than depending on others, you're wanting harmony and joy. Even if that means being alone, you are, you know, very much prioritizing your own emotional well-being, which is lovely. Okay. And I think with this energy, actually, I would very much prefer to be by myself than around a energy of deliberately trying to attack you for no reason. I don't know, maybe there is a reason, but it's very attacking energy. So yeah, what you're wanting from all this conflict that you're having to experience at the minute is peace and closure, and probably more just time to yourself, doing things that brings you joy and happiness. It's kind of like, yeah, your own emotional well-being is important to you. So how this conflict is challenging you to grow, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So the Wheel of Fortune represents cycles, change, and lessons from experience. So this conflict is teaching you to stand your ground and prioritize your own happiness, okay? By putting yourself first and defining what you will and won't allow in your life. You are completing one cycle and actually starting another, or you're saying to the universe, right, this is not something that I'm wanting to allow anymore. This person, this belief, this thought, whatever, this is not doing it for me anymore. Okay, I want better. I want best for myself. I want, you know, this or that. Okay, I want to be in this energy. I want to, you know, that type of thing. And you're letting the universe know what it is that you desire and what it is that you will and will not allow in your life. So by putting yourself first and defining what it is that you will and will not allow in your life, you're actually very much so completing a cycle and starting another. And growth comes from protecting your peace and making choices that truly serve your joy, rather than constantly defending against others' behaviour. Okay, so you're putting yourself first and making it very clear to yourself and the universe, you know, actually you want better for yourself. You deserve better. You're going to make sure you're going to have better by closing off or putting an end to certain energies or people. That's actually really causing you to grow in your life. And that's actually, to me as well, it's kind of like, it's a cycle that you've learned as well. This is a cycle, this lifetime that you're meant to go, that you're living. You're meant to have gone through something like this because it's actually a cycle that you're meant to kind of close off in your life. Something that you're not, you know, once you've experienced it, you're not going to really have to experience it again. It's just something that you've had to experience to go, right, this is not, I've learned my lesson, type of thing. So, sorry, I ramble on. So with how your response to conflict is shaping your growth, you got the, what is it, the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords really encourages you that speaking your truth and being very clear and very honest is important, okay? You've got to be very upfront and very honest and say what it is and what you will not allow and stuff like that. It's definitely encouraging you to be honest. And I feel that with the Ace of Swords that you are really able to see the situation with clarity. So really trust your perception. And by expressing yourself authentically without manipulation or aggression, accelerates growth. Okay, so because you can see the situation or the person very clear, and it doesn't mean that you have to mirror their energy. Okay, you know, if there's a no that you've got to say, or a boundary that you've got to put in place, that's extremely important. Don't worry about the outcome. Okay, expect positive from it. The growth in this is by putting your foot down and expressing yourself and expressing your truth. Being very honest, being very clear, and really keep trusting your perception. You know, don't fall for the manipulation or anything like that. Yeah, holding back as well or being dishonest only actually delays the lesson this conflict is teaching you. So really do express yourself. Don't say what you need to say, not in a cruel way, in a nasty way, in a childish way. Say what you have to say. Whilst it might feel uncomfortable, maybe you're not naturally that type of person where it is something where you have to defend yourself or protect yourself, but this is the cycle that you're in at the minute, and this is something that you've got to face and overcome. So being honest is extremely important, saying what you have to say, and don't question yourself. You really, really can see what it is that you need to see, or who this person really is, or the outcome, or the situation. Okay, so yeah. So what you need to do to overcome and grow, you've got the lovely Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands urges you to take back your power with confidence and self-respect. You know what you want, who you want in your life, and what you will tolerate. So stand firmly in your power. Make yourself clear and act with courage, okay? This card shows that those around you really respect you, okay? And your boundaries. So really trust yourself and the energy you are creating. I feel as well that, like, don't worry about... give me a second to say this. So you see how these other cards is very single energy, okay? And you see how behind the Three of Swords she's being attacked. Don't worry about what's being said and what that person's doing and saying about you to others, okay? Because I do feel this is the only card where actually around her people are respecting her. So I don't think it matters as long as you're being honest, okay? And as long as you're speaking the truth, don't worry about what that other person, if there is another person involved, okay, if this person is trying to cause conflict and trying to hurt you and is saying very hurtful things behind your back as well to people, the dishonest and lies, okay, being dishonest and lying, I think with how you are approaching and handling the situation, and still there's a sense of maturity in this, and it's how you're still putting your foot down, you're still having that boundary, you're still being, you know, you're being in the energy of honest. I think with this, how do I say this? Give me a second because my brain's going weird. It's, you're being respected more than you realise, okay? You might not be able to see these people, but you standing in the energy that you're standing, being honest, remaining positive, looking after yourself, and wanting the best for yourself, people are actually acknowledging it, and people are actually wanting to be... there will be people that are wanting to support you or back you up. Maybe you might not be able to see that. I'm not really sure how to say it, but yes, let's forget about that. But let's just say, more than anything, stand in your power, okay? Be confident in yourself. Know that the steps that you're taking and what you're wanting and desiring is exactly, you wouldn't be having to expect miracles. It's the right thing for you, okay? You don't want to be in the energy of constantly conflict and having to defend yourself and feeling attacked, especially if it's behind you as well, or coming from all angles, okay? So if you're wanting, you know, for something like that to end, and you're wanting peace and you're wanting possibly solitude, okay, That's a great thing, and that's what the universe wants to support and back you up. The universe doesn't want you to be in an energy of hurt all the time and being around people that are not wanting the best for you. The universe is wanting you to be in the energy of joy and gratitude and your authentic self. Okay, just from this conflict, this cycle that you're having to experience, it's just you're going to have to. You've got to learn that actually this is what you want. This is not what you're going to allow. And there's going to be certain things that's going to possibly make you feel uncomfortable, which is leaving this energy, saying no, speaking your truth, standing up for yourself. But yeah. With the Queen of Wands, I rambled on then again. With the Queen of Wands, it's very much standing in your power, and it's taking back your confidence and being confident in yourself. It really is. So, guidance with the Angel Oracle card is you've got expect miracles. So that is really, again, it is a card of remaining hopeful and positive and trusting that the steps you are taking are in your favour. Just as I just said with the Queen of Wands, believe in your worth and in the blessings that are coming in your way. Okay, so what you are truly honestly wanting and desiring and wanting to be and wanting in your life and who you do not want in your life, this is coming in your way. Okay. And with the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Wands showing that by staying true to yourself and asserting your boundaries, the universe will bring these new cycles of fulfillment, joy and peace. So miracles are unfolding. So just be in the energy of trust and grateful so it can allow it to manifest. Also because she's a visionary, she likes to visualize things and get them. Be in the energy of visualizing exactly what it is that you want, okay? With this Expect Miracles card, it's very much... if you are more in the energy and of visualizing the better things, positive things, then that's going to happen. If you're going to be in the energy of dread, worry, fear, and obsessing over the worst outcome, unfortunately, that's going to happen. So it's just saying, be more in the energy of positive miracles, because that's what's going to most likely happen for you. Okay, than the negative ones. The universe wants what's best for you. And you are knowing now what it is that you want that's best for you, which is lovely. So, conflict, whilst it is challenging, it is actually generally showing you that your path is to more self-respect, emotional clarity, and personal empowerment. So, standing in your truth, speaking honestly, and protecting your peace, you're actually completing cycles that no longer serves you and is opening space to new joy, harmony and fulfillment, okay? So really trust in your strength and your decisions and the divine timing of the universe. Positive outcomes are coming and you deserve them, my darling. I wish you all the best. Bye-bye.